Okay, in today's video, we have some very important business to discuss. It is our 10th wedding anniversary this year, and we need help deciding how we're going to celebrate. Okay, I'm hoping that by doing this video, it will help us give us a little kick in the pants to actually like do something about this.
We need it.
Yeah, I can't believe it's August and we haven't gotten around to planning anything.
In our defense, we've been a little busy and a little preoccupied, but I agree that we normally are a lot more on top of our travel planning. So this is actually very strange for us.
Yeah, it is. But we really want to go on a big special trip to commemorate our 10th wedding anniversary, which is honestly crazy to me that it's been 10 years since our wedding. Like in a way, it's like
it feels like longer, but it also feels like yesterday.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
It feels like it just happened, but it also feels like we have lived many lives since then. If you look at everything we've done since our wedding.
Yeah, we've packed in a lot over the years, haven't we?
This year has obviously been a big one for us with the build on our property and our tiny house. And yeah, we've been a little busy.
Yeah, for sure.
But one of the questions we keep getting now that we have our tiny house on our property is, are we going to continue traveling? And the answer is
nope, we live in the woods now.
There's a part of me that would honestly be fine with that.
No, as hard as it is to leave this beautiful place, we do still want to travel, and that is definitely part of our plan still.
Yeah, and for this year, we actually did a big trip before our tiny house was finished and got delivered. We went to Asia, which was amazing. And then we kind of figured that our only other big trip this year would be something for our anniversary. But the clock is ticking. We're like more than halfway through the year now. So our anniversary is actually at the end of the year. We got married between Christmas and New Year's, and we had a cute little winter wedding, which was very adorable. And I actually really like having our anniversary at that time of year because we're already like off and enjoying the holidays, and it's just like a nice time to, I don't know, celebrate.
Yeah, it kind of extends the celebration after Christmas and before New Year's. And
this year, I also don't think we'll travel for our anniversary because we really want to have our first Christmas in the tiny house, obviously. Tiny house Christmas. So we're not planning to travel on our anniversary exactly, but we do want to do a big trip to commemorate the occasion. It's time to start planning. Like we need to seriously start planning. So we need help. Yeah.
So we're not entirely starting from scratch because we do kind of have an idea of what we want to do, where we want to go. We definitely want it to be kind of second honeymoon vibes, somewhere warm, somewhere, romantic. That's kind of what we've narrowed it down to.
General.
No, but we know it's like we had talked before about maybe doing like Christmas markets in Germany or something like that. So that's going to be, we are going to do that, but that's not going to be this trip. So we've narrowed it down in that sense. So that is a start.
Yeah, I think we are going to do this one without Theo because I would love to do Christmas markets in Europe one year, but I would love to bring Theo.
Yeah, he's got so many great winter coats and he loves Europe.
I think he would like that. Yeah, we're thinking maybe max like 2 weeks because we're not going to bring him with us. We honestly just were exhausted from this year. Yeah. I don't want to do a trip that's just like the way we typically travel, which is just like packing so much in. Tons of
I'm sort of tempted for that.
I know you've said a couple times like maybe we should do something like that. It is tempting, but I feel that would be overdoing it, and that what we really could use is just like a vacation.
What's
like a proper vacation. I know we never do that, which is why I think we should do it. Right? Yeah. So we're thinking like going in the late fall because we also just want to enjoy as much time as we possibly can here while the weather is amazing.
And the summers tend to extend into September and even sometimes October.
Yes.
So the weather could be really nice this fall, and we definitely want to take advantage of that.
For sure. So we're thinking
late October into early November.
I do think that will be a good
I think it's a good time.
Yeah. So that will kind of narrow down destinations in terms of where is a good place to travel that time of year. Yeah. I'm thinking more like relaxing vacation vibes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you will be
I
on
will
board
probably
with that.
want that, yeah.
And especially as it's getting colder, somewhere warm.
Yeah, it's true. It's a nice time to go and do a warmer destination too, because then we can come back here and then ski season will start. We like to kind of do that in general. And they kind of bridge the seasons in that sense. So when it's getting a little bit rainy and it's pre-ski season, so it's like the snow's not in the mountains yet, it's just raining all the time. Yeah. We want to be somewhere else, and then we come back and it's just a magical winter wonderland in the mountains.
I would like that.
That'd be nice.
So one thing I really want to do is go somewhere that we've never been before.
Yeah.
We've been very lucky to travel a ton together. We've been to many countries, and I would love to go to a country that we've never been, but looking for something that kind of has the best of like all the places we've really loved in it.
Yeah.
Which makes it hard to decide because I've loved the more kind of beachy, relaxing destinations that we've been to. Like when we went to Aruba and just like...
Aruba was awesome and honestly really hard to top because the food. The beaches were incredible. When you kind of got out of the main resort area, pretty empty.
Yeah.
I think it was probably because of the time of year we went, but it was still really nice.
I could do that again, like stay in a cute spot, rent a car, drive around an island,
that'd
eat
be cool.
amazing food, go to the beach every day.
Sounds rough. We've done similar trips like that in places like Hawaii, Costa Rica, where we've had a bit more flexibility with, we rented a car and we drove around and we weren't just in one spot or in one resort. That's not typically how we do things. So I think we're also gonna do it that way this time.
Yeah, the only time ever that we've like done a resort was for our honeymoon, which I did really enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were, really busy working that year and planning our wedding, and we got married around Christmas, and it was like incredibly hectic, and we were just like, all we're gonna want to do is like be on a resort where someone feeds us and we can just relax. It was amazing. We went to St. Lucia. That was honestly like our first big international trip that we'd ever done together, like aside from going to the US, because we really started traveling after we got married,
right?
And it was perfect for what it was. It was so cute.
We definitely wanted to go somewhere on our honeymoon that had great food, somewhere we could eat, and somewhere that was, queer friendly.
Yeah, St. Lucia was beautiful, and that was my first time going to the Caribbean. And while the island itself is not extremely queer friendly, a lot of the Caribbean islands unfortunately are not, but the resort that we chose was amazing, and we reached out to them beforehand to make sure that it was going to be welcoming to us, and they were fantastic. And the main reason we chose it was because to do an all-inclusive when you have any kind of dietary restrictions, like you really want to be able to eat everything. We eat mostly vegan, and we just wanted to be able to have nice meals, and the food there was fantastic. They were so accommodating. There are so many more options now for like high-end vegan dining at all-inclusives and nice resorts, but at that time, just 10 years ago, it was so different. So I'm pretty sure that's how we found it.
To have like really special meals, really, really nice meals, they went above and beyond, and that was for sure why we went with them.
Definitely. Yeah. We got pampered, and it was just
exactly what we needed.
Exactly what
for our honeymoon. It was perfect.
Yeah. So typically what we look for in a destination, and definitely now I'd say we are more passionate about going to destinations that are explicitly queer friendly, countries that recognize our marriage ideally, and a lot of the places that we tend to travel and have traveled are destinations that are more queer friendly. So we do prioritize that, and as well places that have amazing food, some amazing weather, I think is what we're looking for this time, especially if we're leaving when it's getting into winter here. It's starting to rain and be cold. We want to
extend that summer.
We want to extend that summer and just have some amazing warm weather. I'd say those are top priorities, and then somewhere that's just like romantic and beautiful, and I don't know. I just
also narrowing it down to places we haven't been. I think that we have some ideas.
Yeah. I just want it to be a special, like once in a lifetime kind of destination that we haven't been. Yeah. Something that's going to be worthy of the occasion.
Okay.
Worthy of the occasion.
All right. So the parameters have been set.
Yes.
Very fortunately, last summer during the Olympics, I won a contest with Air Canada that gifted us free flights.
That was extremely lucky.
It was.
Do you remember that? That was about a year ago, because I remember it was the week that we were like, should we not with the tiny house, and we were like crunching on the numbers and stressing over it and freaking out over whether or not we should actually do this. The Olympics, I think it was during the Paralympics, we're on, and Steph was like, I'm gonna win this contest, I'm gonna win us some flights, so
I'll take
worry about that. We can go on a special trip. And she was just so sure of herself, and I was just like, you know what, you probably are gonna win these flights.
Sometimes you just have to believe.
Yeah, you're very good at that. That was obviously incredibly special and very lucky and amazing. So we have 2 round trip flights, anywhere in the world that Air Canada flies. So another reason why we need to just pick like an epic destination.
Yeah, that's the thing too. We want to make it really worthwhile. Obviously, we want the flights to be something that would probably cost us a lot of money if we were to just do it another time. So
yes, because it has been an extremely expensive year.
Yeah, to say the least.
It has been extremely expensive. Yeah, so we had a year to use these flights, like the year of 2025 to use these flights. Yeah. And that's why the stress is setting in, because we're like,
we do have to use
more than halfway through this year. There are blackout dates, certain times of year, like over the holidays. So time is running out. We seriously have to get on this.
Yeah.
But I would
there are
love,
worse problems to have,
obviously.
But yeah.
But I would love to have some outside perspective and some suggestions, because
maybe there's something we're not thinking of.
I'm sure there are things we are not thinking of, and I feel like our brains are just kind of tired from everything. And honestly, like, I'm just exhausted.
Probably because there are so many places we could go.
Yeah.
It's hard to narrow it down.
Like, there are a few countries that have been like bucket list, like for us for a long time. Places like New Zealand. But then I'm like, that would be an adventure trip. And we would probably
go for longer.
More time.
Yeah.
So places like that, I'm just like, and you know, there are like big bucket list things that we want to do one day, like go on a safari in South Africa. And I just don't know that this is the time for that.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of like what's on our bucket list that's not like a grand adventure.
Yeah.
But a destination that we could really enjoy within like a 2-week time frame.
Yeah.
That would be the right place to travel at that time of year.
Yeah, so we're thinking Thailand.
Yeah, maybe Southeast Asia.
Philippines.
Perhaps.
Greece.
I think it'll be too late in the year.
Okay.
Greece is definitely high up on the bucket list for me, but I read that like September is good shoulder season, and beyond that.
I mentioned Brazil. I've been to Brazil.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that if you don't mind going back somewhere you've been.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm also like, where's the furthest place we could possibly fly?
Yeah.
That's why we were thinking New Zealand.
Yeah.
There's also like French Polynesia, Fiji, like other islands close to Australia and New Zealand that are just like really far away, really expensive to fly.
And then also we have to see if it's an Air Canada flight, because partner airlines don't technically count.
So that will limit
There's some
us
things
slightly
to work out.
So the other thing we are planning to do for this trip is use something called home exchange, which we use all the time when we travel. Because like we said, we're not really resort people. We're more kind of adventure around people. So we love staying in vacation rentals and things like that when we're not doing hotels.
So home exchange is basically what it sounds like. You swap homes with people in other parts of the world. It's a whole network. It's been running for a very long time, and we've used it a ton, which has been great.
Yeah, we've been members for like 8 years, I want to say.
Yeah, we've done a lot of amazing home exchanges all around the world.
Yeah, and in very expensive destinations.
Yeah.
Like New York, Berlin, San Francisco.
Yeah, one of the things we like about it is instead of, going away on a trip and having your place sit empty and going and paying for an accommodation somewhere else, someone can stay at your place and you can go stay at their place, and it makes total sense. So in that case, it would be a direct swap. Mm-hmm. And what they've also introduced is something called guest points. So we've used that as well.
Yeah.
Where someone will come and stay. Let's say we're here on the island and someone's in our condo and we're getting guest points. We can then go somewhere else and use our guest points at a different place, and it's not a direct swap with the people who have stayed at our place.
Yeah.
So that's a really nice way. Yeah, exactly. It's a lot more flexible.
And I would say it is like a very lovely community-oriented platform, which I feel like is so hard to find now. Everyone we've connected with there has just been so nice.
Yeah,
and
we've had really good experiences.
Yeah, and people are just like genuinely really respectful of your space because they're also allowing people in their space. Yeah. So there's just like a mutual understanding amongst everybody. It's a really nice community to be a part of, and we've really enjoyed using it. One day, maybe our tiny house will be on home exchange.
I think it would be great. I mean, we definitely have a lot to do in terms of landscaping and things like that around the property. But accessible. I think, doing a home exchange with our island house would be
very cool.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, home exchange is a very creative way of being able to travel more if that is something you're looking to do. I think we get the question all the time of just how we're able to travel so much. And the answer is honestly just that we're creative, we're scrappy, like we make it work and we don't spend a ton of money on travel. Like it probably looks like we do because we've traveled so much over these past 10 years, but we've just found a way to do it through different creative ideas. And this is one of them. So if you are looking to travel more yourself, then I would highly suggest it. So we will leave more information about home exchange, including a referral code that gets you some free guest points when you sign up in the description box below. So you can check that out if you're interested.
Okay, so let us know your thoughts on where we should go, what we should do.
Yeah,
I genuinely need some guidance with kind of the vibe that we were saying, but point us in the right direction here.
Please, yes. I would love to hear where you went on your honeymoon, any like just amazing special trips you've taken for special occasions, destination ideas.
Yeah.
We need ideas, and anywhere that is, queer friendly, has great food, vegan friendly food, just like romantic, beautiful vibes, and keeping in mind the time of year we want to travel to, because that's maybe tail end of like hurricane season.
True.
Rainy season in certain tropical destinations, so we'll have to keep all of that in mind also. Yeah. There's a lot to consider.
We also are very open with where we can fly to in terms of the destination. That being said, it has to be an Air Canada destination, but yeah.
And then, there are home exchange listings literally all over the world, so I'm confident we can find anywhere we would want to go. All right, please come through for us. We could use the help. And then, I don't know, if you're interested in seeing how we plan the trip and how it comes together, let us know. Because we always share our trips like once we're on them or once we've gone on them, but we don't typically share like the planning process, which I do really enjoy, the planning process. So if you want to see how it all comes together and what we decide to plan before we go, let us know. And we will probably also vlog it, unless we just go true vacation style. But we'll watch it.
I doubt it. Yeah. All right, so let us know your thoughts and make sure you're subscribed so you can catch the updates on what we end up deciding.
Yeah.
And we'll see you soon.
Yeah, stay tuned. There will be more tiny house videos coming soon. Yeah. We have so much to share with you.
All right, we will see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.